My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
We welcome those who are tuning in for Jannik Sinner against Jenson Brooksby. Do get voting in our poll as to who you think is going to win, but also hit the like button. And if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to 33,000 subscribers. Five-two for Alexandrova. She's bearing down on winning this second set. Consolidating the break this time. Remember, she got to 3-love with a break, but then she was broken back at 3-1. But she has extended that break once again and now leads 5-2. Who you got winning this match? Let me know in the live chat. Okay, Alexandrova and Jovic are back on court, and it is Jovic serving to stay in the set. $15-love for the American. 2-5, 15-love. Sinner and Brooksby about to get underway. Brooksby will serve first. Djokovic under pressure on his serve in the early stages of the second set. Struff and Medvedev are on serve. Let's get a little look on Hodar as well. Pegula is through. Hodar is 3-4 advantage. He is 1 set to love up on the Japanese Moshizuki. Moshizuki, I think he came through qualifying, didn't he? 30-15 here for Jovic. Break point for Arthur Rinderknech. He has broken the Djokovic serve once as they exchanged breaks in that first set. And Brooksby and Sinner underway. Brooksby serving first, 15-love. Break point, though, for Rinderknech. Can he take it? Against the 7-time winner of Wimbledon, I think, Djokovic. 24-time Grand Slam winner. Seeking a 25th Grand Slam title. I would suggest it might well be his last chance to get to number 25. Forehand winner there for Jovic to get to 40-15. Struff and Medvedev 4-all. But can Rinderknecht take this break point? Well, this is an exciting point here between Jovic and Alexandrova, and Jovic is going to win it and therefore make it 5-3. Okay, let's have a quick look at the Djokovic situation. No, still not broken. Deuce. Okay. Moshizuki's up a break on Hodar. 5-3. And Jenson Brooksby's held in his first game against Jannik Sinner. So, Alexandrova here serving for the second set. Forehand cross-court. Jovic defends really well. Can she defend this one as well? Yes, just about. And the drop shot from Alexandrova is not going to work. Not at all. So, 15-30. Do make sure you hit that like button, people. And if you haven't done so already, please do hit subscribe. $30-all. Just going to put my phone on charge because I'm down to 2% battery. Although, the question is, where's my charge? Ah, okay. Alexandrova has won the second set, 6-3. We're going 3, these people. We're going 3. 9 break points Ekaterina had in the first set and didn't take any of them. Very different case in the second set with her break points. She had 2 opportunities and she took both of them. So very ruthless. Can you be very ruthless? Djokovic has held for 1-all. Struff and Medvedev are 5-4 on serve, 5-4 to the German. Hodar has broken back against Moshizuki. Right, make sure you hit that like button, people. And if you haven't done so already, please do hit subscribe. Plenty more watch-alongs to come today. So please do. I also hit the notification bell. So we're going the distance here between Alexandrova and Jovic. Who is the favorite right now? Maybe Alexandrova with the momentum and the fact that she had those break points and couldn't take any of them in the first set. And I'm just not sure about Jovic at the moment in terms of clutchness in these early stages of her fledgling career? Okay, the early stage now. We have got the third set underway with Jovic serving first. Is that forehand from Alexandrova going to make it? Yes, it is. Wonderful forehand winner from her. So love 15 here for Jovic. Not the ideal start to this set, that's for sure. Love 30 now. A lot of momentum with the Russian Alexandrova as we speak. And we've got 2 break points for Novak Djokovic against Artur Rinderknech. That's going to go long from Alexandrova, much to the relief of Jovic, 15-30. One of those break points has been saved by Artur to get to 30-40. Medvedev and Struff, 5 games all. Hurkacz and Tommy Paul about to get underway. Sinner 1-2, 15 love. Backhand cross court into the backhand of backhand to backhand right now. Now it's on the forehand of Alexandrova. Big point this at 15-30. Jovic does really well there, but actually not well enough. Alexandrova is equal to it. Now it's on the forehand of Jovic as well. It feels like she's hit 2 or 3 winners already in this rally, and yet we still have got Alexandrova very much in the rally. Alexandrova, oh, but she puts the forehand into the net. A little fortunate there, Jovic, with that bounce, I think. Alexandrova laments her luck, and it's 30 all. Okay, deuce here on the Jovic serve. Oh, Alexandrova takes a little tumble there. Fingers crossed she's okay. Oh, we're going to have a break point here for Alexandrova. Second one of the game. Ooh, forehand goes into the net from Alexandrova. Deuce. Second serve. Return goes into the net. Game point for Jovic. Lots of support for Jovic in the live chat. Djokovic is up a break on Rinderknecht. Set at a break advantage he has. Hodar and Moshizuki are 5 games all. Moshizuki did have a break advantage in this second set. Hodar winning the first set. Game point here for Jovic. Forehand into the backhand of Alexandrova. Backhand cross court. Backhand to backhand. Now it's on the forehand of Jovic, which goes into the forehand of Alexandrova, which misses, much to the delight of Iva Jovic. She holds for 1-love. Sinner and Brooksby, 2-all, 30-all on the American serve. Jovic with an epic hold, saving a couple of break points there. Gets to 1-love. 1 love, 1 life, you gotta do what you can. Love 15. Love 30. Big point this, because if Jovic can get to love 40, it would be massive. But I don't think she's going to, because Alexandrova on the attack. But now Jovic is back in this valley. Wow. But she's going to have to get back in it again. And she does. She's fighting. But this surely is going to be a winner from Alexandrova. Not yet. Smash, drive. Yes, she's got it, Alexandrova. 15-30. Woo. Thirty all. Okay, backhand returning the backhand of Alexandrova. Jovic with a sensational backhand up the line. 30-40. I think it's, when you say Alex, you mean Ayala, but that's tomorrow. Good serve out wide from Alexandrova to save the break point, and we're back to deuce. Hurkacz and Tommy Paul just getting underway. Game point now for Alexandrova here at advantage. Goes into the net there from Alexandrova, so we are back to deuce. Serve out wide, second serve now for Jovic to look at here. That's on the forehand of Jovic. That's a wonderful forehand winner from Eva Jovic. I still think that backhand up the line was even better, but still clinical there from Eva. And she's going to have another break point. Second serve as well. Backhand return into the forehand of Alexandrova. Backhand here from Jovic. Forehand Alexandrova. Forehand into the net from Jovic. That'll disappoint her because that was a fairly neutral ball that she would normally deal with. She didn't deal with that one. Djokovic still up a break on Rinderknech. And now it's going to be a game point as after that one goes into the net. So a game point now for Alexandrova. Backhand return into the backhand of Alexandrova. Forehand for Jovic. Maybe Eva should have done a bit better there, but she's been given a gift from Alexandrova on the forehand side there with an unforced error. So we are back to deuce. Okay, back forehand cross court. Forehand from Eva Jovic. Backhand from Alexandrova. Backhand from Jovic is pretty good. We are at deuce here. Another great forehand from her. But Alexandrova goes big on that forehand. And it's going to force the error, I think it is. Yes. Well done, Alexandrova. Game point for Ekaterina. Djokovic up a set and a break on Rinderknecht. Brooksby and Sinner 3 games all. Hodar and Moshizuki are into a second set tie break. A first set tiebreak between Struff and Medvedev is taking place right now as well. And that brings you up to date with all things tennis. Forehand into the net from Alexandrova. Do make sure you hit that like button, people. And if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe. That would be amazing. Hurkacz and Tommy Paul, 1 game all. That's a big one, right? On court number 2. 2-2 in this tiebreak between Struff and Medvedev. 4-2 Moshizuki in the second set tiebreak between him and Hodar. As I see an unforced error on the backhand side from Alexandrova, and we're going to have a break point for Eva Jovic again. But is Jovic going to get the break? That is the question. Yes, she does. Eva Jovic with a break of serve leads 2-love. So first blood for the American in this deciding set. I picked her out as a dark horse for the title. To love, Eva Jovic. You get voting in our poll. Who you think is going to win this match? Two love, 30 love as well. She's looking good on serve here. Moshizuki with 2 set points. Sinner's up a break on Brooksby. Struff with a mini break advantage in the first set tiebreak against Medvedev. And here it is now 40 love for Eva Jovic. Things looking very, very good right now for the American. Kitchen Hunt 12. That's very funny. One set point saved by Rafa Hodar, but this next one will be on the Moshizuki serve. Backhand cross court into the backhand slice of Jovic. Slice here as well from Alexandrova. Jovic at the net. Jovic at the net should win the point from here and does. 3-love. She consolidates the break. Well, well, well. So 3-love, she leads. Djokovic leads by a set and a break over Rinderknech. Let's have a look at this tie break between Hoda and Mochizuki, which has been won by Mochizuki. 7-6, 1 set apiece, just like Alexandrova and Jovic, albeit the Jovic match here, we've got her up a break in the third. Jannik Sinner leads 4-3 with a break over Brooksby, and Djokovic is up a set and a break on Rinderknech. Struff and Medvedev. Struff has 2 set points in the first set tie break. Tommy Paul up an early break on Hubie Hurkacz. Bringing you up to date with all things tennis. Okay, 3-love for Jovic. Looking very good right now for the American. And how Alexandrova must be regretting those break point opportunities she had. Oh, Brooksby is love 30 on the Sinner serve. And Jan-Lennard Struff, breaking news. Jan-Lennard Struff is up a set to love on Daniel Medvedev. 7-6, he won that tie break. 7 points to 4. So 1 set to love to Jan-Lennard Struff. Rolling back the years there, the German. Rolling back the years. Djokovic 4-3, 40-15. As for Jovic here, Alexandrova is 30-love up on her serve. It was an epic first game, wasn't it? Or sorry, first service game for Alexandrova. Also, Jovic was in trouble, wasn't she, on her serve at the beginning of this set? And yet here we are. Sinner wins back-to-back points to get to 30 all on his serve. And Djokovic is 1 game away from a 2-sets-to-love lead. Okay, backhand slice there from Jovic. And that forehand is loose from Alexandrova, so 30-15. And Alexandrova holds for 3-1. Jovic there with the break in this deciding set. Nice draw for Mukova, no? Given that Sarin Kiao has beaten Kralinska and Alicia Parks, which I think Parks in particular could have caused Mukova a few troubles, but I do expect Sao and Kiao's Wimbledon run to come to an end today against Karolina Mukova. But who knows? Maybe she'll surprise me. 20 unforced errors on the forehand side today from Iva Jovic. That will not impress her. She goes down love 15 on her serve here. Okay, 15:30. Interesting moments. Moshizuki and Hodar one set apiece. We're going to have a break point now for Alexandrova. What a return that was from Ekaterina. 2 break points for Alexandrova. Indeed, Ghosty, indeed. Oh dear. Sorry about your Royal Mail travails, Jake. Sinner serving for the first set against Brooksby. Hodar, Moshizuki, 1 set apiece. Struff, 1 set to love on Medvedev, and Djokovic up a set and a break on Rinderknech. Okay, here we go. Some break points here for Katerina Alexandrova. So big moments here. These 2 points will be massive in terms of the destiny of this match. That's a wonderful forehand up the line winner from Alexandrova. We're back on serve. We're back on serve, people. Ghosty, I think, let me just check. Yeah, you found him. You found him. Good. So, back on serve. Well done, Katerina Alexandrova. Who's favourite right now? Who we got as favourite in this one? Tough one to call, in my opinion. Jovic serving first, so still, despite ceding that break advantage, I do think serving first in this moment might be helpful. Just having a little snackety snack, people. Because we've got hours more of streaming to go. I've got Mukova's match and Sabalenka's match as well to do as live streams today before last ball drops tonight. Djokovic serving for the second set. Sinner serving for the first. Tommy Paul up an early break on Hubi Hurkacz. Hodau and Moshisuki are 1 set apiece. Alexandrova and Jovic are 1 set apiece. And Jan-Lennard Struff leads Daniel Medvedev by 1 set to love. On the singles side today, we've had wins for Naomi Osaka, who will play the winner of Sabalenka and Ostapenko. Roman Safiullin beat João Fonseca in straight sets. Nice backhand winner up the line there from Jovic. Game point though for Alexandrova. Djokovic bearing down on a 2 sets to love lead. Sinner wins the first set over Jenson Brooksby. Alexandrova gets the held. 3 love down, now 3 all. The momentum very much with the Russian right now. Oh, have we got the order of play yet for tomorrow? Okay, Jovic. Time to prove me wrong in terms of my doubts over your clutchness. Ghosty, he keeps moving live chats. It's so funny. Jake says, where's Ghosty right now? And he moves to a different live chat to find Ghosty. And then Ghosty moves to a different one. This is funny. You want to experience court 18, do you, Ghosty? Oh, Alexandrova's going to get here. Ah, okay, Ghosty. Yeah, fair enough. Chill here in the Sinner Brooksby watch along where it's pretty quiet. Jakey boy, come over to Sinner Brooksby. Ghosty's not really avoiding you. He's avoiding something, but it's not you. Jake saying, Ghosty, where have you gone? Now you know. Oh dear, Alexandrova. 15:30 on the Jovic serve. Oh! Alexandrova was so far up in that rally, but somehow she didn't win it. I didn't see it, no, but I'll check it out. I think we're gonna have Gil on the show tonight. Okay, snaggly snap done. What a forehand cross court there, but Jovic. Yeah, great point, Alexandrova. 30-40. Misses the first serve down the tee. Alexandrova now on the backhand here. Forehand from Jovic cross court. Alexandrova goes big up the line and she gets it. Alexandrova gets the break. And so, now, 4 games in a row for Katarina. Can she now hold her serve and her nerve? Jake is in the Sinner. Sorry, he's in the Jock. Jake has moved over to the Djokovic one. Got Ghosty in the Sinner Brooksby. And Jake has moved over too. So this is funny. It's like one of those games or one of those movies where you see someone in a maze moving around. I bet Ghosty's going to move to Djokovic now. And Jake will move over to Sinner. It's like a movie where there's sort of 2 lovebirds and they keep missing each other. But in the movie, they always end up getting together, right? Forehand from Jovic goes into the net. Love 15. No, Ghosty, you're in the wrong one. You're in Rafa Hodar. He's in Djokovic. He's in Djokovic Rinderknech. Everyone come to Djokovic Rinderknech. Well, not everyone, but just Jake and Ghosty. Djokovic Rinderknech. Chill, people. Alexandrova here, 15 love up. Backhand return from Jovic into the backhand of Alexandrova. Forehand cross court from Jovic into the forehand of Alexandrova. This is going to go long, 15 all. Whee. Djokovic leads Rinderknecht by 2 sets to love. Sinner is up 1 set to love on Jenson Brooksby. Jan-Lennard Struff is 1 set to love up on Daniel Medvedev, but Medvedev does have an early break point here on the Struff serve. Hodar and Moshizuki are 1 set apiece, and the Japanese is up an early break in the third. Tommy Paul leads her catch by 4 games to 3 with a break. And here on court number 12, Alexandrova is up a break in the deciding set. Forehand return there from Jovic is pretty good. Alexandrova can't deal with it. 15-30. Moshe Coffee Yuki, maybe? Okay, forehand here from Jovic up the line. It's going to be a winner, I think. Chalk flew up. And so we've got 2 breakback points for Iva Jovic. Forehand up the line from Jovic. Fall! We're on serve, people. What an humdinger, up and down roller coaster of a set we're having here. Do you say humdinger in the US? I think Mukova Sao and Kiao could be a lot of fun, actually. Okay, backhand to backhand right now. Backhand from Jovic. Up the line, wow! Where do we rank the Iva Jovic backhand? I mean, it's top 10, top 5, top 2? Who are the contenders for the backhand? I mean, obviously Anisimova. Coco Gauff for me as well. Maybe Jovic is just behind those 2. Oh, what a return on the backhand side from Ekaterina Alexandrova. 15 all. You say humdinger, okay. 30-15. Oh, a net cord there. Lucky for Jovic. I don't think Jovic is any more gassed than... I don't think there's a physical issue for either player. Oh, that forehand showed some nerves. 30 all. I don't think so. There were some injury doubts regarding Jovic going into the tournament, but for me, she dispelled them in the first 2 matches. And I don't think she... I think she's okay physically. I think both her and Alexandrova are probably equal in that respect. Although someone is suggesting in the live chat that Jovic is exhausted. Anyway, 30 all. First serve goes into the net. I think he can. Yeah, I think he can push Novak. Maybe more than Novak has been pushed so far in the tournament. Although I think Wu had a good go, didn't he? In the first match. Rinderknecht does have a couple of break points on the Novak serve as we speak. Oh, good backhand up the line from Alexandrova, and Jovic can't deal with it. We're going to have a break point for Alexandrova. Djokovic saves the first of those break points. Tommy Paul serving for the first set against Hubi Hurkacz. Medvedev does indeed get the break over Jan-Lennard Struff at the beginning of the second. He's down 1-0. Okay, Jovic here, 30-40. That's going to go long. Deuce. First serve out wide is missed from Jovic here at deuce. Oh, Rinderknecht is up the break in the third. He broke the Djokovic serve in the first set, didn't he? But Djokovic was already up a break at that point. Okay, deuce here. Forehand to forehand. Still on the forehands, but now it's Alexandrova changing direction quite smartly, I think. Alexandrova goes up the line. Jovic there with a forehand. Now it's Alexandrova on the forehand as well. Jovic is going to miss that forehand, and I think there was some exhaustion involved there. I do think that there was exhaustion rather than anxiety at the end of that point, as the way that one played out. So we have another break point for Ekaterina Alexandrova. Journeys across America. Tight match. Let's see who wants it more. Make sure you hit subscribe, people. Okay, serve. Long serve. Misses the first serve, Jovic. For here's your chance, Alexandrova, to get the break and potentially serve for the match. Alexandrova on return. Break point. Forehand return goes into the net. And that was a chance. Deuce. Okay. Down the tee, backhand return. Forehand now for Jovic is going to go into the net. Maybe he has a bit of tiredness, but also fused with anxiety from Eva on that forehand. And we've got another break point. I do think the Sabalenka match will be competitive. Yes, King Cabana. Oh, ace out wide from Jovic. She's delighted with that one. The thing is with Ostapenko, much more than Sabalenka, is that Ostapenko, it could be 1 and 2 for Sabalenka. Depends on which Ostapenko turns up, right? Okay, second serve here at deuce. Jovic serve out wide. It's a good serve out wide for a second serve, I would suggest. And so, deuce it is. Okay. Oh, she's going to be passed. Deuce. So we're at deuce once again. This is an epic game. Okay, Jovic here serving at deuce. 4-all. It's turning into an epic match as well. Remember those 9 break points that Alexandrova had in the first set. Okay, backhand return from Alexandrova goes into the net. That's the 3rd one of that nature today. And Jovic gets the hold. 5-4. That's huge. Oh, have we got the order of play yet for tomorrow, someone? Do we know yet the order of play for tomorrow? I think no at the moment. Oh, Rinderknecht up 3-love now in the 3rd set on Djokovic. Tommy Paul wins the 1st set over Hubie Hurkacz. And Moshizuki is still up a break in the 3rd on Hodar. They're 1 set apiece. Medvedev is bearing down on leveling things up over on court number 3. He leads 5-2 in the 2nd, having lost the 1st set by 7 games to 6. And Jenson Brooksby has a break point on the Jannik Sinner serve. So, I'll need to take this, though, before I go, Okay, backhand here from Alexandrova. Slice here from Jovic. Backhand Alexandrova. Remember, Alexandrova serving to stay in the match right now. Backhand from Jovic, pretty good. She comes into the net. Can she put that volley away? Oh, wow! Alexandrova, take a bow. That was just sensational from Ekaterina, the number 18 seed. How did she win that point? I have no idea. And I'm supposed to have an idea as a tennis commentator. She just put everything she had on that. I think she caught Jovic by surprise, who thought she'd done enough with the volley. Anyway, 15-love, 2nd serve. Sinner saves the break point. What's happening to Hodder? Well, he's down 1 set to love. Sorry, he's 1 set all, but he's down a break in the 3rd. Although he is applying pressure right now to the Moshizuki serve. Ooh, 15-30 now on the Katerina Alexandrova serve. 15-30. So interesting times here. Jovic is 2 points away from the win. Where are you going to go with this serve for Alexandrova? Good return there from Jovic. Uh-oh, for Alexandrova. That's going to go long. So we have 2 match points for Eva Jovic. 15:40. 2 hours, 29 minutes on the clock. First serve down the tee. Backhand return. Backhand from Alexandrova. Backhand down to backhand. Backhand for Jovic. I thought she'd go bigger than that. The forehand, though, is going to go long from Alexandrova. Jovic is delighted, understandably so. She gets the job done in exactly 2.5 hours. 6-3, 3-6, 6-4. Missed opportunities for Alexandrova today, though, big style, including 9 break points in the first set. But it is Iva Jovic, the dark horse, in my opinion, for the Wimbledon title, who does prevail. Looking pretty healthy after 1 or 2 injury concerns going into the tournament. 2.5 hours. She'll now have to relax a couple of days before she plays her 4th round clash on Sunday. Wow. Shall we have a look at some of the stats? Some of the stats from this encounter. Of course, the most important stat of all is that Jovic has won in 3 sets. Jovic hit 2 aces. There were some epic holds from her in that 3rd set. She was up an early break, but really there was a lot of momentum, wasn't there, with Alexandrova when she lost that break. She was up 3-love, wasn't she? And next thing you know, it's 4-all. 6 aces from Alexandrova, but it didn't help her in terms of winning this match. In the end, Alexandrova was 4 from 18 on break points. Ooh. 4 from 18. Yeah, 6-2 in terms of double fault. 6-2 in terms of aces for Alexandrova. 106 points to 101 for Iva Jovic. And the amount of distance covered, well, Jovic covered more ground. 2.2 kilometers compared to just under 2 kilometers for Alexandrova. It was a pretty physical match, that one. So I think Jovic will be welcoming that day off tomorrow ahead of her 4th round clash on Sunday, which will be against Jessica Pegula. Wow. Jessica Pegula now, Iva Jovic. That's a tasty, tasty affair, that is. Between the 4 seed from the US, Jessica Pegula, and the number 16 seed, Iva Jovic. It's Jovic who prevails in an epic encounter. Another epic encounter at Wimbledon today. Six three, 3-6, 6-4, but all about taking your opportunities. Alexandrova wasn't able to. Some excellent hitting from both sides, some wonderful backhands from both players. There was actually one when Alexandrova was serving to stay in the match just now, that somehow Alexandrova won the point with a backhand winner up the line. But Alexandrova kindly does sign a few autographs, considering she's just lost. That's pretty noble of her. And that forehand going long there. And look, Alexander, look at Jovic there, drop. I thought she didn't quite go big enough on that backhand on that match point, Jovic, but in the end, it didn't matter. And she was the more clutch of the two in the end. She's the one who prevailed in a tense 3-setter. She's the one who had the body blow of losing the 2nd set. And she's the one who had to recover as well from having the body blow, in particular in the deciding set when she was up a break, but she got reeled in. And it is Iva Jovic who prevails, digging deeper than perhaps she's ever had to dig deep before to set up a clash with her fellow American in the next round, Jessica Pegula. And journeys across America, yes. So Jovic and Pegula, it's going to be a great match. I think Iva will win this time around. We'll see. What is the Jovic-Pegula head-to-head? Let's have a quick look. It is 2-0 in Jessica's favour. Have they met on grass before? No. Clay and hard, both this year. The hard court in Dubai was a straight sets win for Jessica and 3 sets on the clay in Charleston earlier this year. Am I high on Fons or Hodar? Probably Fons, but this one swings in roundabouts, Jake, every couple of minutes. You know, right now, today, when Fonseca loses, it probably goes towards Hodar, but then Hodar was down a set, like one set apiece, but down a break, but now he's got it back on serve, so Ghosty's moved over to the Hodar match. He said, I'm over here, Jake, all innocent and alone and vulnerable. I think he's a big tease today, is Ghosty, isn't he? He's really teasing you. Djokovic, Rinderknech. Rinderknech serving for the third set, 5-1 up. Tommy Paul, 1 set to love up on Hurkacz. Jannik Sinner, 1 set to love up on Jenson Brooksby. Hodar was down a break in the third set, but now back on serve. 1 set apiece between Hodar and Moshizuki. Struffy was down a break to Medvedev, but he's got it back on serve. Rinderknech, 15 love. Forehand here for Rinderknech, easy, 30 love. Do we think Rinderknech is taking this to 5? I'd say no. I'll say Djokovic in 4, but we'll see. 30 love. And Rinderknech gets the job done by 6 games to 1. Okay. Do we still not know the order of play yet for tomorrow? Look at this, by the way. Rinderknech in that set, 93% of his first serves won. And when he's getting 83% of his first serves. Okay, so we're going to go to a fourth set at least anyway between Rinderknech and Djokovic. I see Struff is serving to stay in the first set, 4-5, 30 all. Good serve down the tee from Jan Leonard, though, to get to 40-30. No, still no order of play yet for tomorrow. Hodar 4-all, but he's got to save 2 points here. Hodar 4-all, 15-40. Rank the big four in terms of level of transparency in public. Probably Murray 1. When you say transparency, just wondering what you mean exactly. Can you just flesh that out? Okay, Djokovic here serving. It's a tame forehand from Rinderknech into the net, so 15-all. And a good hold there for Struffy to get to 5-all. (30-15) now for Djokovic here in this opening game of the fourth set. I think Sabalenka-Ostapenko is the next match, right, on this court? Mukova's on court number 3. Who's on court 3 right now? Is that Hodar? No, it's Struff and Medvedev. Okay, so there's a little while to go there. Okay, 40-15 here for Djokovic. I've got Sinner. Oh, double fault from Djokovic, 40-30. No, sorry, single fault. I thought it was a double fault. Jannik Sinner here, applying pressure as well to the Brooksby serve. Love 30. Ace down the tee. Rinderknech just swiped at that and completely missed it. So a hold for Novak. Love 30 on the Brooksby serve. Brooksby serves on the tee. Backhand return from Sinner. Backhand from Brooksby goes into the net. Love 40. 3 break points now. 4. Jannik Sinner. The fourth round is beginning to take shape on the women's side. Bencic will play the winner of Liu and Goff. Jessica Pegula is going to be playing Iva Jovic. And Naomi Osaka awaits the winner of Sabalenka and and Ostapenko. On the men's side, the results and the consequences are, well, fewer. Safiullin is going to play the winner of Rinderknech and Djokovic. I think that's the only one we know. Safiullin's the only person through at the moment on the men's side to the fourth round. Jannik Sinner gets the break. He's up 4-3. So Sinner leads Brooksby by a set and a break. Djokovic leads Rinderknech by 2-1. Naomi Osaka has beaten Daria Kasatkina in straight sets. Safiullin beat Fonseca in straight sets. Pegula beat Buzas Monero in straight sets. Bencic beat Kalinskaya in 3 sets. Jovic beat Alexandrova in 3 sets. Struff is serving to stay in the second set against Daniel Medvedev, 5-6. The German won the first set by 7-6. David Fokina and Fucsovics about to get underway. And Hodar and Moshizuki are on serve in the third set. They are 1 set apiece. That is bringing you up to date with all things tennis, as we like to do on Talking Tennis. Rinderknech now gets to 40 love after that smash that Djokovic couldn't deal with. So Rinderknech has 3 game points to get to 1-all. Sinner, he has an active winning streak, I think, of 34, is it, at the Masters level, dating back to October last year. I think it was Griekspoor who did for him then when he retired. Sinner doesn't serve and volley there, 30 love. Rinderknech's second serve against Djokovic. Will Ayala beat Swiatek? I don't think so, King Cabano. Double fault from Rinderknech. So, did you flesh out the question, Jake? Because I had a little bit of a disagreement, or I'm still waiting for Ben to flesh it out, actually, regarding him saying that Sabalenka cancelled her mandatory press conference in Berlin. But, yeah. I like Ben. I think a lot of his stuff is good, but I think he's got it wrong there on the Sabalenka one from Berlin. Because I don't think it's mandatory. And if it is, it's something different. And I've attended that tournament a few times and been waiting for people to turn up for presses, and they just don't turn up. What has happened there with that Brooksby point? I missed that one, but it looked like it was particularly interesting. Sorry, Jenson. My eyes were averted to the live chat. So what's this I need some less shackles when talking. Okay, say what they think within reason. So I'm going to put Murray first, and then I'm going to put the other 3 equal. I know it's very tempting to go for Djokovic first or second, but I think Djokovic is a performer as well. And I do think he's a bit of an actor and doesn't really tell the truth. I think he might sometimes believe what he's saying, but I do think he makes things up as well. There was an example earlier this year when he said that journalists were trying to retire him. And it's just not true. He was also annoyed, wasn't he, with that Australian journalist, I think from last year, 2025, who was just making a joke about how, I don't know, there were so many people supporting Novak, and he's like, look, Novak's not that popular, and yet everyone was cheering for Novak. It was just being ironic, but yeah. A few times I've found him to be disingenuous. That's my take. So I would put Murray first and the other three equal. Because for sure, Nadal and Federer, you know, if there is a debate, they are third and fourth, and you could argue the toss there, but for sure that they are very guarded. And yeah. Yeah, Murray's the most transparent. Mochizuki wins the third set over Hodar. Yeah, definitely Murray's the funniest as well. Yeah, his when he retired, I didn't never even like tennis anyway. Oh, that is genius from Djokovic. What a drop shot. 40 love. 3 game points for Novak. So, let's have a look around the grounds, shall we? Struff and Medvedev in a second set tiebreak at 4 points apiece. Rinderknech is 2-1 down against Novak Djokovic. Jannik Sinner is bearing down on a 2-0 lead over Jenson Brooksby. He actually has a set point as we speak. Tommy Paul leads by 1-0 against Hubi Hurkacz. And Mochizuki has just nabbed the third set over Rafa Hodar. So Mochizuki, 2-1 up on the Spaniard. Coming from a set down as well. 6-1 he lost the first set. Okay, Rinderknech comes into the net, puts this volley away. Lovely. 15 love. Brooksby saves the set point. Still no order of play yet for tomorrow. Picks up that half volley, does he? Yeah, Rinderknech. 30 love. That's really funny from Rinderknech. Okay, Sinner has another set point on the Brooksby serve. 3-5. Jenson serving to stay in this set. Rinderknech with good serve down the tee to go up 40 love. As for Sinner and Brooksby, 3-5. Brooksby serving. Down out wide. It's a good serve out wide, but Jannik gets it back on play. And the drive volley from Jenson goes into the net. Lacking in belief there, Jenson, I feel. And Jannik Sinner leads by 2-0 over Jenson Brooksby. Sinner, says Natalia. Okay. Support for Jannik, I guess. Rinderknech 2, Djokovic 2. In this fourth set, it is, of course, 2-1 for Novak. Oh, nice passing shot there from Rinderknech. Love 15 on the Djokovic serve. And Jan-Lennard Struff, breaking news. Leads Daniel Medvedev by 2-0. Medvedev in big trouble. And Rinderknech is going to put that forehand slice long, so 15 all. Do let me know in the live chat. Where are you tuning in from? Jake, very good, yeah. Silky, if you could change 5 things in tennis, what would it be behind the scenes and could be match related? I actually have one thing. And I think this one thing would change all the other things. And it is to make it more open, make it more available. I mean, we have three Grand Slams a year called Open, and it's the least open sport on the planet. And there's some competition for that with golf. And, oh, wow, what about a rally this one? What a rally this is. So, Rinderknech falls over, but somehow still gets that back in play. Because I think there'd be a domino effect from this. You know, there's other issues about the lack of transparency, the authoritarian nature of the way the sport is run, the way it's obviously only for elites, the pricing, the lack of availability on TV, etc. It's just all of those, I think, are likely to be fixed if you fix the one main issue, which is just how prejudicial the sport is. And of course, nobody wants to say it very much because the 99% of those in tennis are benefiting from that prejudice. Do I think it'll ever change? Probably not, but there's still some hope, but it's the hope that kills, right? Ace down the tee from Djokovic to hold for 3-2. Okay, Rinderknech serving here at 2-3. And it's 15 love for the Frenchman. After Novak puts that forehand long. Sinner and Brooksby, third set, loading. Same with Struffy and Medvedev. In fact, Medvedev has already got an early break on Struffy in the third set. Djokovic, Fokina and Fucsovics are underway, 2 games all. Moshizuki leads Rafa Hodar by 2-1 and a break. Tommy Paul has just held his serve against Hubie Hurkacz. The American leads the poll by 1-0. Ace out wide from Rinderknech to get to 30 love. Do we think Rinderknech Djokovic is going 5? Do we think it? 133 miles an hour, that serve from Rinderknech. Okay. Rinderknech holds. Just a moment. It's my doorbell. Hello? Okay, put it on. Okay. First stock. No. Give it that. Cheers. Right, what do we have here? Okay. Some plastic cups and assorted plastic bowls. So, Djokovic here serving 3-all, 30-15. Oh, Brooksby's up an early break on Jannik Sinner in the third, and he's loving that. Look at that reaction. He still believes. Medvedev trying to consolidate his break, and in fact, he's done so to lead 2-love in the third, but he is, of course, 2-love down to Jan-Lennart Struff. Hurkacz with a game point to get to 6-5. Djokovic there with an ace. 40-15. And he holds for 4-3. After the return of serve from Rinderknech goes long. Still feels like a 4-set win for Novak, doesn't it? That's what it feels like. But feelings can be deceptive. Jenson Brooksby 15-all on his serve as he looks to consolidate his break. It's a great volley from Struff to win that second set tiebreak. Right, let me come back with the live chat that I can see has been pretty lively. Silky, if you could check. Oh, okay, I've already answered that one. Who would I rather have as a pub quiz partner? I think it would be Andy Murray again, right? Although I don't think he drinks much, but I'd take Rafa, of course. I'd take Rafa as well. Yeah, Jake, it does, and our dear late friend Damien was on the same page as this. It does make you feel sick sometimes. It really does. What's wrong with my doorbell? Oh, well, it's just how it is. Oh, this is funny. What's the most surprising major triumph you've seen? First one that springs to mind is Madison Keys. You know, Iga winning Wimbledon last year is kind of surprising, but the draw, I mean, I only thought Towson really offered her anything. So I do think it's a bit, listen, if she backs, oh, Rinderknech with a drop shot there that kisses the net on the way over. Bit fortunate that, especially as it's love 15. See, Madison Keys was sort of knocking at the door for 10 years in a way, but then wins it when you least expect it. That's what I mean with that. I can understand you saying, well, Madison was knocking at the door for 10 years. That's true, but I just thought that was gone for her. I mean, Paulini, it's not a win of a slam, but getting to the final is wild. If Kaboli had won the French this year, maybe that would have been a contender, but Kaboli was like already a third favourite in a way because he had a nice draw, and then Jannik goes out and suddenly he's second favourite. So, I don't know. As crazy as the French Open was, there was a sense of inevitability probably from beginning stroke middle of the second week of a Kaboli-Zverev. Kaboli-Zverev looked like the final almost the minute that that Sinner went out. Right. Hodar is in big trouble against Moshizuki. All Rinderknech on his serve. This is an important moment because Djokovic is very close to the finish line. Hurkacz and Tommy Paul are into a second set tiebreak. 40-30 Rinderknech. Still waiting for the order of play, Wimbledon. I understand. I'm not complaining yet. Another couple of hours and I will be, but Drop shot here from Novak. Has Novak reacted to that? Is he going to win the point? I think he is. I think he is. Oh, maybe not. We're back to neutral here. What a point this is turning into. Nice slice there from Novak. Good forehand up the line. Novak goes long with the backhand. And what a point that is. And what a point for Rinderknecht to win. So, 4-all. Sinner's got the break back on Brooksby, of course. So it's 2-1 there for Jannik on serve. Hurkacz and Tommy Paul. Tie break time. Hodar, break point on Mochizuki to get it back on serve in the fourth. Novak Djokovic is the all-time leader for Grand Slam match wins, 406. Hodar, break point. Can he take it, the Spaniard, and get it back on serve? Yes, he can. We're back on serve in the fourth set between Hodar and Mochizuki. Mochizuki was 2-1 up and a break. It is now still 2-1, but they're back on serve at 3-all. Medvedev remains in an early breakup on Struff in the third set, but it is the German leads by 2-0. Sinner was down an early break in the third, but now they're back on serve against Brooksby. Sinner leads by 2-0. Rinderknecht is fighting hard against Novak, but it is Novak who leads by 2-1 over the Frenchman. And Hurkacz and Tommy Paul are into a second set tiebreak, and it's 3-3. Tommy Paul won the first set by 6-4, keeping you up to date with all things tennis. Do make sure you hit that like button, people. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. (30-15) here for Novak on his serve. Brooksby's 40 love up on his serve as he tries to get to 2-2 against Jannik Sinner. Good return that from Rinderknecht. Now it's on the Rinderknecht forehand, which is going to be a drop shot, but I think Novak's going to get there. Now Rinderknecht on the forehand goes up the line, and it's going to go long. Pulls his t-shirt up, and it's 40-15 for Djokovic. Djokovic holds for 5. No, he doesn't. Not yet. Calm down, John. Calm down. It's still 40-15. Brooksby holds for 2-all. And in fact, it's 40-30. So chill out, John. Tommy Paul is not chilling out, understandably. But he might do soon if he goes up 2-0. Although it's 5-5 now in the tiebreak. He was a mini break up, the American. Oh, miss-hit return there from Rinderknech. And it is 5-4 Djokovic. When they return to the court, Rinderknech will be serving to stay in the match. Hodar is going to face a break point against Moshizuki. He was down a break in this fourth set. He's broken back, but now he's 30-40. Fucsovics and David Fokina are 4 in the first set. Will Moshizuki go up a break again, and this time so much closer to the finish line? Hurkacz has a set point and it's on his serve to make it 1 set apiece against Tommy Paul. Moshizuki gets the break. Moshizuki leads 4-3 with a break of serve. Over on court number 18. Very close to the finish line. Wow. Still waiting for that order of play for tomorrow. Yeah. Still not out yet. I'm giving you an hour, Wimbledon, to get yourself sorted here. Some support for Novak in the chat from Snehill. Good to see you. Well, Rinderknech is serving to stay in the match here at 4-5. Backhand return from Djokovic is good. Backhand drop shot for him is not good. As it left his racket, I thought it might just make it over the net, but in the end it did not. So 15-love for Artur Rinderknech. Herbie Hurkacz takes the second set by 7-6 over Tommy Paul. It is 1 set apiece there over on court number 2. It's difficult to know which matches to hone in on because we've got Rinderknech and Djokovic and Hodar and Moshizuki. Both of these matches are potentially very close to the finish line. Second serve here for Djokovic to look at 15-love. Djokovic is 4 points away from the win. Moshizuki is 8 points away from the win. Good return there from Novak. Nice backhand smash there from Rinderknech on the backhand now of Artur. Backhand from Djokovic. Bit of a funny Ranny list in the way it panned out. Djokovic has missed the forehand. 30-love. I think the next change of ends we get in Rinderknech-Djokovic, unless, of course, Djokovic wins the match in this game, I will then switch my attention to Hodar and Moshizuki. Brooksby 2-3 in the third. $30 here for Rinderknech. $30 for Brooksby too. Miss-hit return from Novak, but it lands in. Backhand slice here from Djokovic. Forehand now for Rinderknech up the line into the forehand of Novak, but it's a good forehand from Novak. Backhand now from Novak into the forehand slice of Rinderknech. Rinderknech on the defense largely in this rally, but now he's perhaps up on the attack. It's going to be a drop shot here, but Novak is going to get there with a re-drop, and then that's very cool from Rinderknech going in behind Novak to win the point. 40-love. A lot of personality on this centre court today for sure. 3 game points for Rinderknech. Okay, 5-all. Jake, very good. Okay, Hodar serving to stay in the match. In fact, I might just switch over to Hodar right now. $15-all. Mochizuki 3 points away from the win. And the second serve here at 15-all with Hodar serving. Forehand return from him is pretty good. It's a good forehand though from Hodar as well. Now it's another forehand for Hodar, which he puts away. 30-15. Okay, backhand here from Mochizuki up the line. 30-all. Mochizuki is 2 points away from the upset. Look at Naomi Osaka there in the crowd cheering on Mochizuki. Of course, Naomi Osaka had a comfortable win over Daria Kazatkina today. She awaits the win of Ostapenko and Sabalenka in round 4. Ace down the tee from Hodar, 40-30. Djokovic under a little bit of pressure on his serve at 15-30. Forehand return into the forehand of Hodar. Backhand now for Mochizuki. Game point here for Rafa, remember. Forehand from him into the backhand now. Mochizuki, who's running all over the court. Good depth there from Hodar. And that's going to go out from Mochizuki. And as a result, Hodar does serve and hold to at least make Mochizuki serve this out. Can Mochizuki hold both his nerve and his serve? 2 hours and 56 minutes on the clock. Djokovic 30-all. Just going to dip back into the Djokovic-Rinderknech match. Got Brooksby serving at 3-4. $40-30 Novak. Game point for Novak to get to 6-5. We'll come back to Hodar Mochizuki in a moment. Djokovic here serving at 40-30. Rinderknech waiting to return. Gets that back in play, but Djokovic should win the point from here. After the forehand passing effort from Rinderknech misses. So, indeed, Djokovic holds once again. Rinderknech will serve to stay in the match and hope for a tiebreak. Let's go back to court number 18, where we may see an upset between Hodar and Mochizuki. Hodar staring down the barrel at the moment. With Mochizuki serving for the match. 15 love as well. Okay, 15 love, Mochizuki. Backhand return, backhand for Mochizuki into the forehand. Forehand to forehand right now. Exchanging forehands. It's Hoda who goes long. 30 love. Unreturned serve. 3 match points for Mochizuki here. As the potential upset edges ever closer. 2 hours and 59 minutes on the clock. Can Mochizuki get over the line and upset Rafa Hoda? 3 match points for the Japanese. Serves down the tee. Forehand return is really good from Hoda. Hoda on the attack puts the forehand away. Cool as a cucumber, Rafa. 40-15. Well. Still 2 match points, though. For Mochizuki. Serves. Misses the first serve. So a second serve for Rafa Hoda to look at. Out wide. Forehand return is pretty good. Now it's going to be another forehand for Rafa into the backhand of Mochizuki, which is really good as well. Mochizuki comes into the net, has the volley, puts it away. Mochizuki wins, falls to his knees. The Japanese has got it done after losing the first set by 6-1. He prevails in exactly 3 hours of the Spaniard's sensation that is Rafa Hoda. 1-6, 7-6, 6-4, 6-4 to get the job done in exactly 4 hours. Rafa Hoda, take a bow. Wow. Naomi Osaka filming the moment. And take a bow, everyone. Mochizuki has beaten Rafa Hoda in exactly 3 hours. He led by a break in that fourth set, didn't he? And once Hoda got the break back, he thought, uh-oh, we're going 5. But no. Mochizuki dug deep to win the match and prevail in 4 sets. Shall we have a quick look to see what is going on the Twitter sphere, see if any reactions to this match? Former juniors champ Shintaro Mochizuki gets one of the biggest wins of his career, defeating Rafael Hoda to reach the last 16 in the Wimbledon. First time into the second week of a slam, and is likely to place Jannik Sinner on Sunday. Sinner up 2 sets to love on Jenson Brooksby. Last we saw, and a on serve in the third, albeit that Jenson was up a break, but he got broken back. So Mochizuki, wow. Take a bow. I did not expect this for sure when match got underway, and I certainly didn't expect it when Mochizuki lost the first set by 6-1. He only hit 1 ace in the entire match. Hoda hit 13. First serves in for Mochizuki, 51%. He was 7 from 19 on break points. So, in fact, he really was knocking at the door quite a bit on the Rafa Hoda serve. Hoda was 7 from 13 on break points. Mochizuki won 5 more points across the match than Hoda, 134 to 129. Unforced errors from Hoda, 52. And maybe that was the difference between the two players. As Ben Rothenberg here tweets, qualifier Mochizuki continues his dream run, reaching the 4th round of Wimbledon. Mochizuki, the 2019 junior champ here at Wimbledon, looms large at 5 foot something as the fourth round opponent for Jannik Sinner, if Sinner wins, of course, against Jenson Brooksby. back up for you. Let's switch over to Rinderknech and Djokovic because they are into a fourth set tiebreak.
In diesem Match. Sechste in diesem Satz.
One point all. Forehand here for Rinderknech. Djokovic just about gets it, but it's going to be a very difficult smash for Artur. Djokovic again defending well. This is going to land in another difficult smash for Rinderknech, but he puts it away for 2-1. Still waiting for the order of play tomorrow. Ace out wide from Novak. 3-2. Sorry, 2-2. 2-2. Brooksby serving to stay in the match against Jannik Sinner. Sit down for the change of ends there, but Brooksby will be serving to stay in the match when they return to the court. 2-2 here in this 7-point tiebreak between Rinderknech and Djokovic. Good serve down the tee. Rinderknech gets it just back in play. Backhand there from both players. Now on the forehand of Novak into the backhand of Rinderknech. Forehand Novak up the court there. Backhand to backhand as we speak. Run around forehand here for Rinderknech into the forehand of Djokovic, which is pretty good. Rinderknech can't deal with it. 3-2 Djokovic. Three-two in this tiebreak. Winner of this will play Roman Safiullin on Sunday. This is the first serve here, Rinderknech. Big point this. Huge difference in changing ends at 3-all to 4-2. Okay, Brooksby takes to the court, 4-5. Backhand return from Djokovic, backhand from Rinderknech, backhand Djokovic, backhand Rinderknech. Backhand Djokovic again, slice here from Artur. Slice from Djokovic, backhand up the line into the forehand of Novak, which is really good across the court. Rinderknech in big trouble here, but Novak is going to miss that backhand. And that's a bit of a get out of jail free card there for Rinderknech. Okay. Medvedev 5-3 up on Struff in the third, but he's down 2-0 to Vikina and Fucsovics into a first set tiebreak. Brooksby in a little bit of bother. Love 15 on his serve, 7 to stay in the match, remember. Rinderknech here and Djokovic 3-3 in this fourth set tiebreak. Are we going to be done in 4 sets for Djokovic? I think so. Or are we going 5 for the 24-time Grand Slam winner? More or less the same, I think, Jake. Maybe more positive on the WTA side. Ace down the tee for Rinderknech. I'm trying. The thing is, I guess we had a big 3 and even a big 4, didn't we? But normally with the big 3, we often, probably the last 7 or 8 years, we only ever had 2 of them at the height of their powers at the same time. I'm just comparing the ATP scenario, you know? The problem is we've got 2 at the moment on the men's side. So when one is off or injured, it's just 1, right? Although at least then when it's none, you have a crazy tournament like we had the French Open. So, yeah, I would rather have 10, like the WTA side. But, yeah, get well soon, Carlos Alcaraz. Ace down the tee from Djokovic, 4-4. Brooksby in big trouble. Love 30, serving to stay in the match. These 2 matches might well finish at exactly the same time. Okay, Djokovic to serve. Where are you going to go with this serve? Down the tee. Ace again. That is clutch from Novak. 5-4. 2 aces in a row. Brooksby wins a point to get to 15-30. The pressure now on Artur. Okay, here we go. Sinner has 2 match points on the Brooksby serve. It's going to be a second serve for Djokovic to look at. So Sinner here serving 15-4. Sorry, Brooksby here serving 15-40. Djokovic applying pressure here to the Rinderknech serve. Is he going to have some match points of his own as well? Both calmly on the backhands at the moment. Tentative forehand there from Novak. Brooksby saves the first of those match points. Rinderknech has missed the forehand up the line. We're going to have 2 match points for Novak Djokovic. Djokovic has 2 match points. The first one will be on the Rinderknech serve. The second will be on his own serve if he needs it. Jenson Brooksby 4-5, 30-40. Okay. Rinderknech to serve, 4-6. Out wide. Good return, though, from Novak. Oh, and they're both on the floor. But ultimately, it's Djokovic who wins in one of the strangest points of the year. Unbelievable last point of the match. Poor old Artur fell to the turf and could only watch as Djokovic also fell to the turf but managed to get his racket on it. And ultimately, it's Novak Djokovic who prevails in 4 sets over Artur Rinderknech. Wow. Where do we begin? Well, we begin with the what happened in this match, where we had Djokovic go up an early break. Rinderknech reeled him in, got it back on serve, got to 5-all, got to 5-6 though, serving to stay in the first set. Djokovic having fun with his kids there. And yeah, Djokovic snapped it and snapped the serve and won the first set by 7-4. Went up a break in the second and held on for that to go up 2 sets to love. It looked pretty plain sailing. Djokovic, I think, kind of once he went down a break in the third, he sort of probably wanted to keep his energies for the 4th set, using all his experience. And he got over the line in that tiebreak with an epic, from 3-4 down in the tiebreak, Djokovic went into clutch mode with a couple of aces to go up 5-4, and Rinderknech couldn't quite handle the pressure from 4-5 in the pressure moments of that tiebreak. And then when Djokovic had a couple of match points, the first of them on the Rinderknech serve, he couldn't deal with that moment, could he very well? Ultimately fell to the deck. And Djokovic also fell to the deck, but could see that he could just had to put the volley away into the open court. The flying volley, as it turned out. And it is Djokovic who proceeds to the fourth round to set up a clash with Roman Safiullin. Because Safiullin beat Fonseca early on today in 3 sets. So Djokovic prevails. Can he win slam number 25? I think this level needs to go up, but we've seen it many times before. Novak in the first week gets through the first week, he's dropped a couple of sets. That's the debate, possibly for another day, possibly after a fourth round win. But Safiullin, I think he's a warm to heavy favourite against Roman on Sunday. He's in the same half as Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner's beaten Jenson Brooksby in straight sets. So that is a potential semi-final. That's further down the line. That'll come up on Friday if it happens. But for now, Novak can bask in the glory of a 4-set win over Artur Rinderknech. I think he beats Safiullin. And then potentially it's Felix in the quarters, which is where really competition starts, if it is Felix in the quarters. Because I do think Felix is probably playing the best tennis of his career. And he's a very good grass court player. We'll see how their round 4 clashes go, but it might not be Felix yet. We don't know. Felix is going to be playing Zheng later on today. Djokovic puts on the jacket that we've seen him wear a few times already. Let's listen to Novak Djokovic.
How special that contest was, what a battle, how entertaining it was. How did you get yourself across the line?
Bit of luck, bit of skill. I think in the end, pretty much, flawless tiebreak from my side. I did everything I could in a controllable situations. I think I've served extremely well. Pretty much only in tiebreak, for most of the match I struggled with that serve, and but it's also due to his quality. He's very tall. He hits incredible serves, and yeah, he deserves a round of applause for sure for his performance today. No doubt. I've never faced him before, so obviously always coming into the match for the first time, facing someone that is a top player already and doesn't have maybe much to lose.
Best player on tour, not to win a slam.
Court here, he beat Zverev, so he loves the big stage. He doesn't get overwhelmed by the occasion, and he has shown that today. So it was a really, really tiring, really close match. Happy to overcome it, in the tiebreak. Sometimes you just have to find a way to win, and happy that I did that today.
You certainly did. And how special was that final dive volley to seal the match?
Well, I saw him slip and kind of fall down, and I was just like, please stay down, for that last shot. But there was a lot of slipping and sliding and drop shots and kind of cat and mouse play. He has that variety. He has the big powerful game, obviously big shots, serve +1, serve plus forehand, comes into the net. He was changing the pace. He was putting a lot of variety in his game, and taking me out of the comfort zone. I mean, he did. Just really relieved to come through this one.
It was a very special win for you today. I'm not sure if you're aware of this. This was your 105th singles win here at Wimbledon. Yeah.
Not bad.
So
not bad.
Actually equal to the great Roger Federer, who had the overall record here for singles wins in men's singles. But But unfortunately, there's a little bit of bad news that Martina Navratilova has 120. So have you got 15 more wins in you here at Wimbledon?
I'm sure there's going to be someone else after 120, you know. No, I mean, obviously to be able to make history of this sport is a huge honor and privilege, and particularly here, you know, I've said it many times, and, you know, it's always been a dream childhood tournament of mine. And, you know, obviously, I'm not thinking really about whether it's going to be 1 of 5, 6, 4. You know, I'm just really trying to win that match on a given day. You know, today I was quite stressed out. You know, more tension than honestly than usual. I knew it was going to be a very challenging match for me, which it turned out to be. Just happy to overcome this. And yeah, I propose a matchup between me and Roger for 106. You know, whoever wins gets. Let's just stop it here and let's call Roger to come.
Okay, I'm sure I'd like to take up that challenge. So you're into the 4th round. You kind of alluded to it already, but where is the mind and the body going into that 4th round?
How to put it in a simple terms, you know, I think I've done everything I needed to do today under circumstances that were not maybe as good for me as they were in the 2nd round, and it was enough to win. So at this age and this stage of my career, every day brings something really new and unpredictable for me, and I'm hoping that in a few days' time I'll come out at my best. And more than tennis, I hope that my dance moves will improve, because my daughter, she's been, you know, teaching me, but I'm pretty poor, I think, in terms of the judgment of what I've done there.
I don't think
she didn't give me a smile in the end. She was like, "Yeah, we have to practice." but yeah, hopefully I can have many more dances till the rest of the tournament. Let's see.
I hope so. Well done. We look forward to it. Novak Djokovic
prevails in 4 sets over Artur Rinderknecht. Can he win 25? I think this is his best chance. I really do. I know he made the Australian Open final earlier on this year, but he was largely the 2nd best player, wasn't he, against Carlos Alcaraz, and beating Sinner and Alcaraz back-to-back on a hard court. Here, I think he's a favourite if he plays Felix in the quarters, and then it's potentially Jannik Sinner in the semis. And then it's one match, right? Okay, then there's the other side of the draw. Who makes the final? Taylor Fritz, Alexander Zverev, among others, contenders there. But I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it could. Some of you may be wondering what happened between Jannik Sinner and Jenson Brooksby. Well, I can tell you now, Jannik Sinner prevailed in straight sets, getting the job done when Brooksby was serving to stay in the match. Getting over the line in straight sets. Good news for Jannik in terms of getting that done in pretty good time. I would argue and now Jannik Sinner is through to the next round, and I think he will play Moshizuki, who, of course, has just recently shocked Rafa Hodar in 4 sets. Sinner really today really looked troubled. Yes, he went down a very early break in the 3rd, but it still felt like a long, long way for Jenson to go to at least make it go 4 sets. I still think Sinner's got a gear or two to improve, and I think he will, especially now. He's got through the first week, dropping 1 set en route to the 4th round. But, of course, he didn't play any warm-up tournaments. So he was probably most vulnerable in these early rounds, or more vulnerable than normal, particularly in the first. Actually, I think he dropped 2 sets, didn't he? Because he was down 2-1 against Kecmanovic, my bad. Probably should have dropped the set against Borges. I think Borges maybe was serving for the first set. But from that moment that he wins that first set against Borges, he's looked pretty comfortable since then, including that straight sets win over Brooksby today. Brooksby just doesn't have the weapons really to deal with Jannik or to give him any problems. And as a result, it is Jannik Sinner who prevails. And I think Jannik will feel very confident about his chances against Moshizuki. It is opening up and it is looking like a Jannik Sinner Novak Djokovic Wimbledon semi-final. But who wins that semi-final if we get it? Sinner's slight favourite, but a lot of tennis to be played between now and then.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.